Well, hello everyone. This is Rhonda's Lovely Sparks. We just got through watching the movie tonight, and I saw where a few people in the chat room was like, I can't go to sleep. I'm like, oh, well, let me start alive. Oh my goodness. So I have my hair all pinned up in the back. This is the much too late chat tonight. So there are a couple people that said, Rhonda, I can't go to sleep. And I go, oh, well, let me open up a live stream. Let me open up a live stream for you, for us night owls. I love my subscribers. I'll be listening to you. Welcome to Rhonda's Lovely Sparks. Yes, I'm sitting here. Mothra's right over there. Hopefully that. Hi, William. I saw your chat. You're like, I can't go to sleep. I was like, oh, he can't go to sleep. Oh. Hey, Mike, Aldana. And I know, I'm just trying to find my light here. I know that Mike just got off work. And yeah, Mike just got off work. Welcome home. And I know I said, well, maybe I can go live. And then while y'all are there, you can like pull up the movie and rewatch the movie again, do a replay. And I just didn't prepare. And that's what I'm trying to get to a point where I don't have to prepare so much when I go live, because it should be something where you just feel comfortable, and people just want to, hang out with you and stuff. I'm trying to fix my lighting. And where you just go live, and I'm trying to get my lights together. So I didn't plan it, but it's good to practice. It's good to learn. I'm trying to see how to do that. I'm trying to set my movies like that are good to see once in a while. They really are. You know, when I think I'm okay. When I schedule, I'm trying to get my lighting together. Hey Jeff Lee, what's up? When I schedule those movies, there's something so special about them, right? You see the cameo from Joe Louis. You see like these classic cars, these vintage cars that just they're not around anymore. And excuse me, y'all. Like I said, I didn't prepare. I just jumped in and just started live because we had some people like Williams, and I know Mike. It's party. It's time to party. Can everybody get down it? Lola, hot sauce is in the house, baby. She's hot, hot, hot. Yeah, and I thought it's Saturday. And if y'all missed it, like Mike Aldana, you was at work, if you want to put it on play on your other device and watch it while we're here live, I have several devices. I've set some things up, and where I could do some multitasking. Like I could be here live at this angle, and then I could have my flat screen on the wall at that angle, and then I have my tablet right here. You know what I'm saying? So I could still engage and watch something, or watch a replay or proof some work or something. So shout out to the people in the chat room. William Williams, hello. I saw that y'all enjoyed the movie. I did too. And he goes, I'm here. Mike Aldana goes, hey y'all. I mean, well, no, he goes, hey, 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 hey. And good night, Jeff Lee, and sweet dreams. And tell Nicole send our love to Nicole. And hello to Eastside Harold. What's up? Welcome. Welcome. We are such a cool family. Welcome back to Eastside Harold. Yes, please do, Jeff Lee. And your camera's a little out of focus. Oh, it is. My cameras are out of focus. Oh my God. I don't know what more to do. I got my, you know what? Wait a minute. How is that? Is that better? I felt a conjuring. Okay, how does that look? Mike, I had a light behind me. So when I cut that off, maybe you could see me better. I got on my fat dress. I hope you all can see me better. I hope you all can hear me because it's better. Okay, so is it still out of focus, Mike? Mike has been helping me. Coyote's been helping me. And the only way to get this right is, to practice. My kitty cat's over there, and Mike said it. Michael Dana said it's better. I just want it to be quality, because if I don't record some quality, I don't want to delete things. But at the same time, I don't want bad quality. I work too hard, and I want to have. I'm going to put some vitamin A, D, and E on my lips, and I just want to. Howdy, mostly cowboy family and the other stepchildren. That's what Coyote did a shout out. And I came back because people were in the chat room. They're like, "Hi, Lola." Lola, say hi to Lola. Eastside Harold, Mike Aldana, Jeff Lee. He came in and said, "Hello, everybody," and I gotta go to sleep. And who else is out there? Did I get everybody? William Williams. And I know I heard from people, they're like, I'm not ready to go to sleep. So that had me to think too, because I know that there are people, I got to put moisturizer on my lips, that there are people that are just not getting off work, like Mike Aldana. And then Mike Aldana said he's eating late. You're just getting home. So I know there's, hey, Eric Wallace. Hello. Like Eric Wallace, people probably have some other things going on, like they're working and they still want to be around. So I have been working on this goal of fixing my hair and everything because I just got off a live, right? And I was just chilling. Oh, I got to make sure y'all can't be seeing nothing under my dress. Oh my God. I almost did some exposure. We can't be having that. Especially after y'all seeing them hot thighs and booty cheeks on the movie Curse 2. I don't want to take away from the great movie we just saw. So I can't be displayed because I'm telling y'all, I just got live quick because I'm still, practicing and learning. But also I have to make sure that I'm on fleek, make sure I'm copacetic, ain't revealing nothing extra because I don't need to be revealing no thighs and booty and all that stuff. I'm a virtuous woman. I gotta just keep my hands down. I gotta keep things on lock. Right, Lola? I gotta keep things on lock. So if y'all want to, I don't know if y'all have extra devices. If y'all want to, I know a lot of people are like Michael Dana just made it home, and you want to, you're eating, and if you want to play the movie again, put it on replay, and we're here live, because I know, like I said, I always bragged about the chat room. I told William cherries are my favorite, so I always use the metaphor. Trying to fix everything. The metaphor, cherry on top. And that's the chat room. The chat room is the cherry on top. Virtuous woman can be wild. I'm a virtuous woman. And I said, well, let me go live. Because again, I have been practicing. I'm putting some hair clamps in my hair because I'm trying to look cute for y'all. I can't be like looking all shabby, even though I'm not all the way dressed and I'm really not self-conscious about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that kind of person where, oh, I don't leave the house because I ain't wearing makeup. I ain't like that. Because I'm not, even though I respect women who do wear makeup, so I'm not against that at all. I always have to do disclaimers because I don't want to offend anybody. And also, I'm really big on working with my social consciousness. And that means just being without pressure. I'm not feeling pressure because my whole life I was always out front. So I felt that I was damn good at my job. We're working with learning how to work with difficult people and learning how to work well with others and learning what to say and learning what not to say. And I've always been conscious about that, not to where it's stressful or anything. But I want to continue working on my consciousness because I know as we get older, they say that we don't have a filter, and I don't want to use that as an excuse to be rude to people. You know what I'm saying? So even though I know I can't be perfect, I know mistakes happen, I know things happen. It's happened to me while I was live. But at the same time, I just want to be fair and balanced without feeling pressured. And I don't daydream. Hello, sweetheart. Daydream 1990s is in the house. And I'm kind of looking down because my camera's up here. So I'll have to. Yeah, she's the Titanic fan. I have to move my computer lower so I can be looking at the camera. So if you kind of see me looking here, I need to look here, but you know. So yes, Daydream is Titanic. So guess what, Daydream? And for Naja Lista, I have programmed 3 Titanics. And I'll put it in the community tab. Okay. And I've never had a triple feature. I always have double feature Saturday night. So I was able to get Titanic on the 15th. And it's here's my schedule. Yellow is my doctor's appointment. Trying to see if I can. Yellow is my doctor's appointment, and the others is my movies, right? Yay! I'm telling you, Coyote's helping. Thank you so much. You got it. You got it. Check out the community tab. You got it, Coyote. So I have, yes, like Coyote's helping me. I'll just have to look at what he wrote. 1940s, 1950s, and the 2000s, right? I have a triple feature of the Titanic. Yes, I have not seen any of them. When I do the movies, I'm not like sitting down watching the movie because I want to enjoy it with y'all. But at the same time, you know, I have to like edit and just make sure volumes are correct, make sure it's upgraded, high definition, based on the movie, the film that I get. Um, it's based on what I receive. And if I can enhance it, I always automatically enhance to a high definition 1080. And sometimes you just can't, get any better if you have a film that's 1930s, right? So if you see some kind of grainy stuff, I'll try to have a little warning at the beginning. But if we have vintage stuff, it's going to look vintage, like Phantom of the Opera, 1930s, 1928 movies, Dracula and stuff like that. So I really try to take that, find the best footage. I go to United States Library of Congress. I do some research in that. And I try to find the best quality. Okay. I do research and I just have fun putting time into it. William said, you must going to start that night earlier, a triple feature. I don't know what I'm going to do. I kind of am, since it's a Saturday, Okay. Because I was thinking about that. Since, yes, Coyote, since it's a Saturday, I might do a 7 o'clock because I'm kind of thinking Tuesdays. I'm looking at my analytics. I'm trying to research, but I'm catering to people like you all who are there all the time. And I know that you have Lola, who is Pacific's, time. And then we have East Coast, who is an hour later than me in Texas. So I'm taking in consideration, but with it being a Saturday, I think that's smart. William, I think that's smart. So if I have it 8 o'clock, usually 8 o'clock is standard, right, for all my movies. But triple feature should be 7, right? Yeah. Thank you for telling me that. I, at nighttime, I work too. I'm thinking of ideas. I take in consideration what you all say. I write notes. Thank you for y'all's birthdays. I always tell people, give me your birthdays. I know that Asia Robertson has a birthday in June. Juneteenth is her birthday. I've so yeah, triple feature. Yeah, let's say. Let me write this down. Let's say 7 p.m. Get my pen here. 7 p.m. Yes, Nosferatu. I have Nosferatu on file. Yes, I have it. And you all can also go to the front of my YouTube channel, right? And there's a search. And I guess it depends what kind of device you're using. And there's a search. And if you put in Nosferatu, as a matter of fact, I have Nosferatu paired a double feature with, let's see, a double feature with Phantom of the Opera. So since that's a double feature, you gave me an idea where I could do Nosferatu also by itself. See, the double features are great, right? At the same time, the double features leave potential for having one movie or those movies, put out as just one whole movie by itself, like I have on Tuesday nights. Because on Tuesday nights, I have the pre movie cartoons, right? But it gives it potential because there's a lot of people like, is it Blackula Scream or Blackula or something like that? Couldn't get Blackula, but Blackula Scream or something like that. I put in like an individual movie. So, what's the average length time for each Titanic movie? Hello, Nadia Lista. Hello, just talking about you too. Welcome. I'm not sure. I think an average movie could be maybe an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes. While we're talking, let me because I actually have the film. I think it's like that, right? Especially Titanic seems to be pretty long. So we're looking at an average of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe is it 5 to 6 hours? Maybe the 3 Titanics. And what I'm taking consideration too is the shelf life of the movies, right? I've been studying, like, not really studying, but my natural head space is like I'm just wired differently than everybody. It's not natural for me to copycat. It's not hard for me not to copycat because naturally I'm going to be just so different than everybody on YouTube, right? But I just end up finding out that I haven't seen any triple movies on YouTube, and that's not my inspiration. Like, oh, well, there's nobody else doing it. That's never been my inspiration. It's been like, what a great idea. When people want to put the movies on replay and they're cleaning the house, or they're putting the baby to sleep, or they're doing homework, or they just got off work, or they just can't sleep and they need some downtime, or they just want to just sit down and be just super couch potatoes, right? They just sit down and they could play 6 hours nonstop Titanic, because people just like to hear something in the background, like my husband when he's cooking. He'll play The Walking Dead. It inspires him. He's cleaning the cat litter boxes. He's shaking it. We have like a pine pellet system for the cats, right? And it just gives you some inspiration while you're cooking. While people are at work, they just want to. They're at work and they're connected. But sometimes people are working and they want to disconnect from the stress part, or they're up all night and it just makes the job easier. So you have people who probably have an 8 hour shift or a 12-hour shift, and they want to, just have it in their ear, in their earbuds, or they just want to, not that they're not doing their job. I don't care about that. People got their cell phones, they do what the hell they want. When you're at, doesn't mean you're not doing your work. Who cares about that part? The thing is, I'm the kind of person is to, my work is to really just help people just get away from whatever the hell you're dealing with. Not to run away, but give yourself a break, right? And the reason why I identify with that, because I used to have two full-time jobs, right? My day job, I work for oil and gas business, for administrative department, right? Slash receptionist, admin. And the second full-time job, I did home health care for people who were violent Alzheimer's and dementia, mental disorder. And I did live in right on the weekend. So my hours came out where I ended up making more money on the weekend than I did during the weekdays, Monday through Friday. And but they both benefited me because the oil and gas job had incredible benefits, sick leave, health insurance, you see? So it bounced out. So what I'm saying, when I was on the weekend with the job of home care, home health care for people with Alzheimer's, dementia, just violent Alzheimer's, dementia, and I would be asleep, I'd be up. And God, I'm telling you, I missed having a getaway, right? Just because I was watching a movie or something, it didn't mean that I wasn't doing my job well. You know what I'm saying? So I knew I know I'm trying to cater to society today who are allowed to have cell phones on the job and who can just get away, like Lola, like a brilliant blessed mess, like Mike Aldana, where you're traveling, where you're on the road and you just want something different than what's on YouTube all the time, right? Sometimes it's like, and I'm not making fun of anybody else's content. I have to say that, right? No, no, no. I'm not doing that because everybody has some great things about what they do. But I'm just saying, for me, I know I feel I have something unique. I have something refreshing. I have something that's different. Where it does seem like that seems to be content at night seems to be neglected. Seems like people at night, the quality seems to be a little neglected. So if I could tap into that and bring some quality, to people, then that's as much as I could do. Let me catch up on the chat room, baby. Let me catch up on the chat room, baby. Okay, let's see. So Daydream says, let me write this down. So Nosferatu, I could do like, instead of the double feature, I could do like an independent, a movie by itself, movie alone. And Menace to Society, I would try that. And Naja Lisa said a shout out. Hello, baby. Hello, honeys. And then Naja Lisa said, I could watch any movie for 5 to 6 hours if it involves Leo. and Kate. Right? You just have to like binge watch some stuff. Maybe I could do a Leo. Is Leo and Kate acting in anything else other than Titanic together? I'm curious about that. Maybe we can have a Leo Kate night, you know? And then Coyote says 2001. I'm writing down the notes. Coyote says 2001, A Space Odyssey. Okay. And Mike Aldana says, anyone seen Three Faces of Eve? I can't. Is that with Betty Davis, Mike? I'm trying. Who's that from? Three. You know what? Uh, Three Faces. I'll see if I can get that too. Most likely, I'm successful with those movies back then, which are, to me, probably the best movies. You know, when it comes to the vintage silver screen, movies back in the day, like you said, Susan Hayward or Betty Davis, like you said, Mike. Um, Betty Davis, I can say she's one of my favorite actresses. Oh, do I love some Betty Davis? God. Betty Davis eyes. Remember that song? And then, and Mike Aldana said, Hal. Is Hal a movie? I'm trying to write down. Betty, okay. Three Faces of Death is recommended by Mike. And Coyote said, you moderated and you saw what is popular and what is not. I do. I do study. I know I feel I have a natural eye for things because I loved movies way before I start doing this, right? The inspiration has been my history with loving movies. I mean, I always, my whole life as a kid, I gravitated to black and white classics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to remember Rifleman, right? This is something about Rifleman. I know it sounds corny, but it's this quality. The vintage gun smoke. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was just looking at how people dressed and the culture and society and the actors and actresses that are no longer around anymore. And they're learning, their history, their motivation. What did they do back then? What's the trivia? What's the history of this? What was going on back then? And I've just always been mesmerized with the bio of people, like, how they get to where they got in that moment. You know what I'm saying? I really take it serious. And I do look at it and I do study it and I pair them up and I go, this will be good with this and that and this and that. And then plus the longer I do this, the better my organization is in collecting stuff and organizing on my Excel form different genres, right? So I have like horror movies. I have film noir, Noir. I think that's how you pronounce it. I have horror. I have crime drama. Then I have action crime drama. Then I have action crime drama thriller. You know what I'm saying? And I've been organizing as I've been building, and it's been since January. So it's been like 6 months, right? That I've gotten to this point when it comes to becoming an expert with thumbnails and programming and editing and music. Because before I had put out movies, I was doing I was producing and editing and doing bringing, some film that I found and make sure I gave copyright rules. I learned about the copyright. And I've done all of that. And then I built And I played with some thumbnails and I played with some shorts and I practiced. And trust me, that whole time I've had a channel, I've been up all night like studying. Right here is my notes. So this is my work. It's not like, oh, I just popped up and I just throwing out some movies. You know what I'm saying? It's like I put work into it because I'm not just looking at playing it for that night, but I'm also looking at the shelf life of the movie. Shelf life, right? That means that movie lasting forever, as long as my channel is going. You know what I'm saying? That I'm looking at today, but I'm also looking at tomorrow. I'm looking at 5 years from now. I'm looking at 10 years from now. And it seems like, boy, when these things blow up on my channel, even though my channel's doing really good, I mean, based upon the length of time I've had it, it's doing really good. I'm not cheating. I'm not buying, bots or buying subscribers. I don't get into that. I'm old fashioned. I like taking my time and doing things the old fashioned quality way. I believe in the tortoise. The hare runs, and he takes these shortcuts. I do, Mike. Let me get back to reading the chat. So Mike Aldana said, "Yep," and Naja Lisa said, "Jason lyrics." Okay, let me write this down. Jason lyrics, and that's Naja. Is it Naja Lisa? Faces of Eve in black and white. Black and white. And that's Mike Aldana. And then Gulliver's Travels. I saw a great Gulliver's Travels film that I have, like Mike Aldana said, I have a vault that I've been building, right? Been building. And it's taken a while, but once I create a template in my Excel, and it's a complicated, I built the template and then I could data enter. And then when I get ready to go, what do I want to pair tonight? What are good pairs? So that movie tonight was The Square Jungle with Tony Curtis, right? With the cameo with Joe Louis. Let me pair it with Curse 2, the snake bites. We have a combination of pulling up a goodie but oldie but goodie film from back in 1955 or something like that, to re-promote that film, to remind people who probably know nothing about that at all, and pair it with some horror, like some go out with a bang movie, the second one, right? That's my philosophy. I come in with the black and white vintage, which is quality, right? You got Susan Hayward, you got Betty Davis, you got like the woman that was singing the jazz on Square Jungle. I've never heard of her before. Pulling that out. Some old mysteries, Peter Lorre, right? See, my head is a thinking, y'all. Those little things be working, right? Pulling, getting that going and then pairing it, a great black and white boxing, because Eastside Herald, was talking about Oscar de la Hoya, and I looked it up, and Oscar de la Hoya, when he was saying that Oscar de la Hoya was, cross-dressing and he got into some cocaine. So last night, I stayed up late and I watched his story. What is his name? That's a DJ out of California that Lola was telling me about. He was being interviewed, and it gave me a better understanding about Oscar de la Hoya And when he was cross-dressing, what happened is that he was doing some wild stuff with some Russian girls, and they set him up. He was drunk. He was on doing his thing. I had to like practice watching my words so I won't get censored, right? And it's hard because I know I slip up and say a lot of stuff. But you know, the white powder. And he was doing a lot of that stuff because his relationship with his father was tough because back then when men, not saying all men, but his situation, he had a very rough childhood. You know, men were like, well, to be a man, I got to beat the hell out of him. And he went through a lot of, he lost his mom and he and I became more understanding because these Russians set him up. He was on the powder. He was heavily drunk. And then these Russian women took pictures. They put on some women clothes and took pictures of him and then came back and then blackmailed him for $1 million, right? They blackmailed Oscar De La Hoya for $1 million. So he said, okay, here. He said his attorney went into a swimming pool butt naked with the Russian people, whoever it was. They went in there butt naked because they want to make sure there was no wire or tap or whatever to have a meeting about resolving this issue with the pictures, right? He didn't want it to get out. So they were in the swimming pool butt naked negotiating. Found out the attorney or Oscar De La Hoya paid them $1 million to keep the picture put away. And so when they put the picture away, so-called, they end up taking the money and still putting Oscar De La Hoya's picture out there with him cross-dressing. So it's like throughout his whole interview, there's, for me, an understanding, right? A forgiveness. I'm very forgiving of people because people are people, right? It just depends, the dealing. I mean, not really too forgiving of P. Diddy. I don't know him. He don't know me. He don't give a damn about me. And I don't give up about him, right? So doesn't matter. So there's some things I've been working on. It's like things I can let go. I don't have to hone into everything. A lot of things ain't my business, but a lot of things I'll make it my business. I think that's like giving yourself permission. And then, so let me catch up on the chat. So Gulliver Travels, Coyote, and then movie book. Okay, and it's okay, Coyote. I see what you got. And then Mike said Sergeant York. I'm writing it down. Then Coyote said interview with a vampire. You know what? I saw the new interview with the new one with a vampire coming out. Have y'all seen it? The new season is coming out, or is it already out? Holy bleep. I love that. I love good movies, y'all. I love, 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 love good movies. And then Coyote says too, growth should be a curve. It starts slow and it gradually grows faster. Yes, I've been working on being patient because I was a workaholic, right? And so I've been recovering for 4 years. And I have been, when I say 4 years, I've been retired 4 years, really trying to learn how to be retired, don't have to be in compliant with policy and procedures and rules and regulations. You know how they go. When you got a job, right? It's always someone breathing in the back of your neck, always breathing down your neck, right? And so I had to learn to chill. And my husband taught me the art of chilling. My ass has been distorted because I've been a couch potato. Y'all ever seen that cartoon which shows there's a cartoon of a woman who works, and there's a cartoon of an unemployed woman, and the woman who works has a flat ass, and the woman who doesn't do shit, she's got a voluptuous booty. So when I was a receptionist, I had a flat ass. It was funny. Go out there and Google. It's really hilarious. Okay, let me okay, so coyote. Thank you for that. Inspiration. Coyote has been also a very important part of my life because when the mic doesn't work or something, y'all have always been great helping me with that because it just happens. I've learned how to just roll with it. Just guess what? If it messes up, start a new live, right? It's not hard. And I've been practicing, Williams says, make sure you put that in order so you can make you a course and sell it. Look at Williams. I could make some money, right? Oh, look at you. Look at you. That is smart, Williams. Because you know, right? You kind of get an idea of how I'm wired. You know, that it's like I'm organized because I feel that when I create a template, it's like easier, right? You go in Excel and I'm not an Excel expert. I'm an Excel operator. I know how to use it to benefit me. I'm really not knowing a whole lot about formulas, even though I went for courses, I went for training. I'm not the expert in Excel, even though I know how to use it as to arranging things in columns and in order and search. You know what I'm saying? I use it for that, which is phenomenal. So that's what I do. Let me go to the next one. So good idea, Williams. My movie buddy. You're so funny in the chat rooms too. Coyote says you want to grow at a pace you can manage. YouTube has a crazy algorithm. Yes, and speaking on that, what I've had to learn as I've been building Coyote and everybody, I've learned I've learned I've learned how it works, right? I've learned the science of how YouTube works. I mean, it's smart to know the business, right? Because you just don't want to be on here just wasting your time. Also, what I've learned is not just idolize the growth when I gain subscribers or lose subscribers, or, oh my God, become obsessed with, well, I got to do it at this time and this time and this time. Because earlier this year, for 3 months, I've posted shorts and I put myself through a beta class, right? Beta means learning, a test class, and teaching myself, even though I was reading about other people's opinion about shorts, because I want to understand, I want to read it, but also for myself. I did not a 90 day, I did a 30, I think 30 days went into 60 days. Beta testing on posting every 2 to 4 hours shorts, none stop, just to see how it works. You know what I'm saying? I just don't sit back and watch someone else's YouTube training video to tell me. I'm about proving it to myself and putting in my head and let it process and let me make it be a good fit for what I'm doing. That's just how I'm wired, right? So I'm putting these little trinkets together and learning, okay, is shorts going to benefit me? It depends. Like Beyonce got over, I think, 8,000 hits. I've had a do it yourself crazy video that got 18,000 hits, even though I didn't plan it. Even though in my head, I look at everything I post is at its best, right? So I do my best. Not that it's pressure. I've been working on that. Make sure it's not pressure. But I put my best shit in. And when I do my best, okay, some things work out, some things ain't as great, but I look at it as all my stuff is great. You know what I'm saying? And I just share that with people because Jeff Lee wants to do his own channel. Other people want to do their own channel. You know what I'm saying? They want to be content creators. And I tell them, don't get caught up in, worshiping, because if you don't have 100% ownership of something, don't over obsess over it, even though it's normal, because you put so much time into something and your energy is in it. And when you have someone else who can just shut down your stuff or mess with your money or your algorithms, and it has happened when my algorithms were effed over because I did a horse video and had like 7,000, 8,000, and all of a sudden it just dropped down to 0 views. Oh, YouTube, you telling me you didn't shadow ban my ass, but yes, you did. Yes, you did. You see, so it's stressful. But I had to work on, like what my channel represents about anxiety, how not to give it any power. You know what I'm saying? So what do I need to do? Don't overly obsess. Trust the process, but trust me. You know what I'm saying? Don't just trust it. Trust me. You know. So moving right on. So Coyote says, you want to grow at a pace you can manage. YouTube has a crazy algorithm. Yes, sir, it does. And it says, Rhonda, Coyote says, I'm a censored king. Some things are just not for the faint at heart. I know. Let me know, Coyote. You know what I'm saying? If you see something like that, because I just go with what's natural. You know what I'm saying? I go with what's natural. And then Mike Aldana says Saint Elmo's Fire or Breakfast Club. Okay, and Coyote says Mark's original channel was nuked and he was decent size. So you're saying Mark's original channel nuked. That means I'm thinking, do I remember him saying, are you saying that when it was totally shut down? That's sad because I'm looking at Coyote a lot. Okay, I see that. You said 2017. I'm looking at, and I have to be cautious of what I say without being fearful, but how I say things because these bots, they have bots making decisions, right? So there's a lot that's what's trending. If you Google it, you see a lot of people who I could do this has been right canceled. It looks more like with people in Africa. And the use that they are using, the explanation they're using is, um, see if I can do this without reuse. I'm just going to say it of that, right? So when they're doing that, then this gets removed. Okay, so y'all get my hand signals. So I've been studying a while back about me doing movies. And I've been doing my research. Now, does that mean because I've done my research that I'm safe? No. Okay, because it happens a lot. And we could say, well, there's a lot of movie channels out there. Nothing's happened to them. One thing, sweethearts, you just got to pay attention, have tunnel vision on your prize, right? Because we don't know what's going on with the politics of other channels, the politics of YouTube, the numbers that they're looking at. It seems to be an attack on more smaller channels, but they're doing a lot of that. So with me doing what I do, what I feel that's given me a pass, and hear this, what I feel that's given me a pass, because It shows in my movies I'm creative. It shows I'm putting in a lot of work. I'm just not copying something and just throwing it out there and showing it's a quick hustle, because I'm not wired that way, right? So I'm wired naturally to have great production work, great thumbnails, to put in my head. I got an orderly thing. It's got to be in order. I got to do an intro. I'm looking at things when I put something together. I'm stepping outside of myself and I'm looking at it, right? That's how I'm wired. I go, what would I like to see? Oh, I would like to see the thumbnail that's on the front of the thumbnail because I can't see it. It's so small when I'm outside of it. So when it starts, I want to get more of a view of that. Then I want it to transition. I want this to transition into me introducing, oh, I'm producing it really quick, because a lot of people click in the videos like who's they don't really care about whose video it is. And not only, let's say if they don't care, they really they're really not introduced to who's doing the channel, right? So they don't know. So I introduce myself. I go, Rhonda's Lovely Spark, Spark Nation, produced by Rhonda. And I do it really quick because I don't want to bore people. I do it really quick, right? And I'm timing 2 seconds here, 3 seconds. I time things 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3. The length of the attention span. So let's say if I can put in a whole lot of stuff at the beginning, the first 30 seconds of the video, that's something you learn, but also it's something that you study as me, like a marketing person. The first 30 seconds, if you got someone there for 30 seconds, the algorithms respect you more, but also your viewers are captivated and most likely will stay. If you can capture a viewer for the first 30 seconds, that means you got some good shit going on, right? So that 30 seconds is a lot of shit going on my YouTube. It's like, oh, this, I gotta stay. Then I have these transitions and I have this, this flash and all these grabbing. I got, come on, and I pull you in 3D and spins. I'm pulling you in, right? And then you're like, oh, and then it tells you, bam, what to expect next. And I don't wait for it, right? I'm telling you to wait for it. Or here's some original movie posters on what's coming up, some classic vintage movie posters that no one's ever seen. And then it transitions into, bam, a movie. And then we go into what? A 10-minute intermission, right? Then I transition into, bam, some white noise, introducing some more movie posters. And then, bam, the movie. And then a rocking ass ending. That's short and sweet. So let me get, you understand? So yeah, I'm really, you met me. You know me, right? Yeah, your girl is really into what I'm doing. So reason why I'm saying that to you is maybe because YouTube sees the work that's put in it and that I legally have my disclaimers that I am narrating over things, right? I'm just not displaying someone's stuff on my cell phone while I'm talking about something without narrating it as an education, right? So maybe they see it as that, which gives you a good pass. That work is put in the beginning of a movie, in the middle of the movie intermission, and at the ending. And trust me, I didn't know anything about it till I started reading about that 2 days ago, that, wow, me putting this much work into it is probably keeping me from being, got it? Maybe. Even though I dread that day if that happens to my channel. When it gets nudged, I'm gonna go, oh my God, I put so much work into that. But isn't that life, right? I was homeless before, 20 some years ago. I was homeless. I had to start over. Your girl has intestinal fortitude. Yes, I do. So, Rhonda, okay. So he says Mark's original channel was nuked. That's horrible. And he has intestinal fortitude. William, sweet dreams to you, sweetheart. I knew earlier you was like, I can't go to sleep. I'm not ready. So I'm glad you're ready now. I told you, keep listening to my voice. You don't get sleepy. My husband be over there and he'd be like, knock the hell out. And I go, maybe I can market my voice. If it puts hubby to sleep, I got something going on. Right? Sweet dreams, sweetheart. Welcome. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. And thank you so much for William for being a part of the movie watch party. We enjoy you and all of us, Lola, and Michael Dana, and Eastside Harold, and all of my lovies. I love my lovies. And then Coyote says, you are doing good with your upcoming events in YouTube. Shorts will be a huge lift. Don't overdo yourself. You know the trolls, bot NPCs will start showing up. What does NPCs mean? Let me know. Because I'm not ashamed of not knowing something. I mean, I want to learn, NPCs. So, yeah, thank you for telling me about that, Coyote. You rock. You're giving me, it's like I don't have a producer, a makeup artist. I don't have anybody doing graphics for me or editing, wardrobe. You know how people do in the movies, they have a big damn staff, right? I don't have that. I'm just doing it all by myself. And it's so worth it. God knows it's so worth it. It really has uplifted me. It's just made me feel really good bringing people together. So yeah, thank you for you saying about NPCs. And then Coyote says social media and how people feel can become addictive. Be careful and don't get obsessed. Have fun. So far, I have really worked on that because if you notice, like last Friday, no, 2 Fridays ago, I had a book reading, and I ended up rescheduling because, like I said, my used to being a workaholic. I had so much pressure being perfect, right? A perfectionist. So during these 4 years, I've been working on that. And so what you see, I think is my new norm. I think it's probably how I'm wired because my whole life since I was a child, being firstborn, my parents put a lot of expectations. But understand when I was younger, I didn't have anything else to compare with. So I just did it, right? But you look back and go, damn, I did a lot, right? I'm a little girl and I'm chopping wood, right? Yeah, I know that's the way of life back in the country. But at the same time, I have to uh, recognize, be able to point out those things that could have been triggers, identify it, and apply some restoration. You know what I'm saying? Like I was learning about Oscar de la Hoya, things like that. Learning how to organize your thoughts and apply, put that good work in and then go, oh, well, back then, yeah, I did all that. Today, Coyote is giving me some good advice, like make sure I'm not doing too much. So I have, Coyote, thank you. I have been pacing myself. You know what I'm saying? I have a routine that I think I could live with. Like Tuesdays, I could do that. Fridays, I can do book readings. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed with the book reading, but I understand my heart and mind is, I know it's good for me. Because once I start the book readings, I feel so alive. You know what I'm saying? I feel so alive. It's not because I don't love the book readings. It's because probably me identifying in my past those things that were triggers, like back then when I was forced to read cases in court and I was forced to have to put out dispositions. I had a deadline when I worked for a newspaper. I had the pressures of doing government paperwork, and if you didn't do it perfect. Then the government paperwork, you get written up 3 times and you get fired. You understand the pressures of life? So, so what I've done today is I feel that monetization has helped me a lot, which is weird because I'll see that I've earned 3 cents on a commercial, and my hubby will be sitting there, and you can see the excitement. I'm like, I got 3 cents. Yeah, I'm very humble, and listen, if I've been doing it this long and haven't gained anything, because I don't look at it like that. It ain't gonna be Doc and say, I don't need the money. Okay, Dad, okay. But when you, for me, the first time in my life when I was a kid, like I said, my whole life, I've done work and never got paid, right? As a kid, shoveling horse shit, cleaning after the hogs, getting up before school, right? So I was very picky. I got before school and I fed things, I had to put hay out, stuff like that. But then, I took a bath before I went to school because I never want to smell like no damn animal going to school. I was self conscious about my hygiene. I want to smell like horses and cows getting on the school bus. I already had bullies. So what I've done, I'm going to catch up on the chat too. What I've done is I know some things that are naturally wired in me, but there's some things just because it's naturally wired that I don't have to still do that. So far, with me working with the book readings, and it's not work, I love reading. It's always been a dream of mine. I've collected so many books over the years and never read not one damn page because I never had time. So the book readings inspire me, to read, and I'm reading to friends, right? So that's been the redeeming thing for me is that when I could see I've earned 5 cents, hey, a nickel adds up, right? Just a nickel, because my whole life I didn't get paid, right? You're living on a farm, you don't get paid. There wasn't no such thing as having um, an allowance. That was a city thing. Hell no, I didn't never have an allowance my whole life, and I busted my ass. I'm telling you, I was a hard working country girl. Okay, and I took care of my 2 sisters at age 9. When I was 9, my middle sister was 6, and I was taking care of a baby while both my parents went to work. You get Man, you get in trouble today. You left some 2 kids in the hands of a 9-year-old. At least I thought I could do the job, and I did. I survived it, thank God. You know what I'm saying? I survived it. So I am really being cognitive, like what Coyote was saying, of how much I'm doing. But when I see people spending their money and they're paying into membership, what I'm doing is it's not overwhelming by upping the level of the quality of paid members, what they get, the additional this, additional that. Thank God I'm a fast typist. But again, like people like William was saying, I have an organization, I got a template there. And I have a system. Like one day, I'll post and schedule 30 days of in a community tab, who remembers this movie or who remembers this cartoon. You know what I'm saying? I go ahead and reschedule and go ahead and pre-schedule that. And I go ahead and pre-schedule people's birthdays and stuff. So I am, like tonight, if you hear me talking about it, I am truthfully, um, you know, trying to really keep myself where I'm not overwhelmed, even though I go, oh, maybe I could do some late night, late night movies because I get excited. I could do 1 o'clock movies. I go, probably not. Because people go to my channel and look at replays, right? I'm making sure I don't overdo it. Okay, so um, Coyote says, yes, Rhonda, catching people's attention in the first 20, 30 seconds is how you sell. Exactly, right, Coyote? And William says, everybody have a good night. Sweet dreams to Williams. And Lola, welcome back. Let's party. Come on, baby, get on it. Yeah, pow, 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 pow. I gotta make sure that camera is up, up. I can't be jiggling, baby. Can't be doing that. It ain't that kind of party. Well, thank you, Lola. I'm so glad you're back. Coyote tells Lola, what's up? And then Coyote says, yeah, it's a corporate world. Eastside says, dude, finally made it to LA. Eastside, you're in LA? Are you telling me or Lola that you're in Los Angeles, California by bus? Okay. Hey, Eastside, look, I don't underestimate the powers of a man because when my hubby, you know, before we got married, here it goes. Before we got married, we were like talking on the phone for a year, right? And from time to time, there is some some things going on, some extracurricular. Okay, phone boning. Okay, not all the time. Okay, but what I'm trying to say, okay, is what I'm trying to say. Hell, what was I trying to say? What? I forgot. It's the phone boning that like threw me off. Oh my God. It just kind of takes you back, right? The point I'm trying to make after I did the thing, right? My hubby today, my hubby today, but we were talking back then. He's like, on his profile, he's from Waco. I mean, no, he's from New Jersey. I'm like, well, this man is so far away, he can't get to me. I could do some freaky deaky. But I'm cool. I'm safe. He's too far away, right? He's so far away. Then I find out, homeboy in Waco, just a couple hours from here, not too far. I'm like, holy sh! He's just right around the corner. Oh, Rodney, you done did it again. So we went on our first date, right? He was so handsome. He came like early, drove down. He was so on time. He walked around, opened up the car door. We held hands. That man had the most warmest hands I ever felt in my life. Look at me close my eyes when I talk about it. You don't forget that. You know what I'm saying? You don't forget those things that got your eye. And the point I'm trying to make is that it didn't take long. It didn't take long for homie to find me, right? He got in that car and he hauled ass and he showed up at my front door and took me out. Wow. So that's why I don't underestimate Eastside because Eastside's consistent. I think most men are, right? Well, they want some. So let me get back to this reading. I think the phone boning kind of threw me off a little bit. Y'all, I'm trying to recover from laughing from yesterday. Getting flustered. The phone boning thing. Oh my God. And then I find out after we did the phone boning thing and we met and I was married years later to this man, I go, honey, you remember? Remember, honey, where was you at? You know, you'd be asking questions after you're in a relationship. I go, honey, so when we were phone boning, I said, so where were you? He goes, I was at the library. At the library? Did you fake it? Did you fake it? He goes, what? Did you fake it? So anyway, let's move right along. So Eastside says, dude finally made it to LA. Coyote says, LA, Louisiana, or Cali? Eastside says, Cali. Coyote goes, long way from home. And Naja Lisa said, I really miss Aaliyah. Oh, baby, I know you miss Aaliyah. You said Sierra would be a good candidate for that, right? And Lola says, Eastside, what I look like watching that shit. I'm laughing again. Lola goes, super freak. She's a freak. She's super freaky. Yow. Dancing for Mike again. She's a super freak. Super freak. She's super freaky. Yow. So, oh, that ain't the case over here. Tell me what's not the case over there. Tell me. Tell me, Lola. I know I've been talking so much. I'm like behind in my chat. Well, it ain't the case about phone boning. And then Eastside says, don't make no promises you're not going to keep, Lola. Lola says, Eastside, I was talking about Rhonda. Mike Aldana. He goes, movies bring back those special moments. Eastside Hera goes, wait, what? I like Eastside Harold's two-worders because he reminds me of the movie we saw, The Blob. You know, what was his name at the end of The Blob? The sheriff, and that the blob is like crawling up his leg. And the blob, right? The blob is crawling up his leg. He looks at the camera and goes, what? Just one word, right? So Lola says, about your husband and having him pop up on you. Yeah, I mean, we planned it, because here I am being really cautious, right? About me saying, you know what, I'm smart about this, about strangers, you know what I'm saying? And I said, well, talking to him for a year and me being pretty good doing preliminary assessments, right? That I've had to do that when I, work at the DA's office and stuff like that, learning how to do preliminary assessments, right? And Lola said, Eastside, you're on Tinder? Eastside, do you have a fans only page? I mean, I know it sounds weird. I'm asking that. If you do, don't post your link. But I was just wondering. I mean, I'm a curious lady. Just curious. So Tinder is a dating site. Y'all see? I told you about Eastside's two words. Eastside goes. Eastside goes, hell no. That's all it is. And my God, Dennis, just keep that to yourself. Yeah. Oh my God, y'all. 1 hour, 13 minutes into Rhonda's live. Late, much too late night chat. I got on POF and tagged back in the day. What's POF? Plenty of fish? Shit. I remember when I was single, I had the worst experience ever. And no, I didn't meet anybody in person ever. But my first experience is that I got so bombarded with hoes. Here I am, this old fashioned girl, because I told you I was 20 years abstinent, right? Abstinent before I rocked my hubby's world. Think about that. Because I wasn't going to have no man climbing in my windows and my kids catching that. Because I knew I have some very strong willed daughters, right? So I didn't need them thrown up in my face. Oh, mommy, you a hoe. You know how they always would challenge you. Yeah, you go, well, you better not ever use that kind of word. But, girls can get cray cray, and they become teens, right? And they go, yeah, I saw a man coming in and out your house. And that, no, you didn't. So I had to make sure I had to be right, like, the perfect, what you call it, narrow, straight and narrow. I had to be, when I raised daughters, I had to be. Because I knew if they were any part of me, there were some little smart ass kids, I said, one thing they're not going to challenge me with ever is seeing a man coming in and out of my house. And they're not going to be challenging me being an alcoholic or doing drugs. So Lola says, about your husband and how he pop on you. And Lola says, Eastside, you on Tinder? Eastside says, hell no. And Mike says, keep that to yourself. And Coyote says, Houston fans only. And then Eastside Harold says, I got on POF and tagged back in the day. And Lola says, Eastside, I know it. I knew it. And then Michael, there's a no peeping Toms. And then Eastside Harold said, Lola, why? Lola says, Eastside, you come off like the type. And Eastside Harold goes, years ago, though. I'm telling you, man, I had so many pervs. And here I am with this, when I was on Plenty of Fish, right? I ended up canceling that like quick because it was so fucking creepy. And I would, talk to my husband later, right? And I go, honey, because I know I'm naive. I get that. I try not to be, but I get that. My husband has my back, right? So I'm thinking, hubby, what happened to people dating? Like, does dating means just effing now? I go, honey, because he's from the streets. Even though my hubby goes, I ain't from the streets, but I'm from the country, right? He's not from, the gutter streets. I guess there's a tier, right? So I go, Andre, are you saying the word hang out means effing? I'm still struggling with that meaning, right? Because I'm looking at, thank God I experienced it later with hubby, how we went to the park. We held hands. You know what I'm saying? We went out to eat to a seafood restaurant. He kissed me goodbye. And I didn't want that man to go. When you meet somebody and you're dating or whatever, and there's that feeling that comes when you can never part, where you never can leave each other. Listen to me. When you can't stand being away from each other, you're hooked. It's love. And if you're feeling that, get the understanding between each other. Have an understanding. Are you on the same level with me? Are we here? And if you are, then build on that. Don't lose it. Build on it. Make it happen. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Not just the porking. Pork, pork, pork. It ain't all about that. I'm just telling you right now, even though it's important. But understand when you grow old together, you become old and gray, that it's the memories that's going to keep you together. That it's the memories. If you can't walk and you get old and gray and you get bald and you lose your teeth, and I'm losing some teeth and I'm good with that as long as I can chew. And if I can't chew anymore, get me some effing dentures because I'm going to want to chew my chicken. You know what I'm saying? You grow old together, right? He lose hair, you lose hair, missing teeth, can't walk anymore. What do you have that's going to hold that relationship together? And that's going to be memories. When you lose your memory, I work with Alzheimer's enough to understand that some moments of clarity still comes through, right? But you need that. Memories. Get that. Still develop some pictures, right? I know people ain't doing that. They got everything on their cell phone. But when the internet shut down, what do you have? If you can't afford to upgrade your cell phone, where does your pictures go? On a cloud? I mean, print some, have some stuff printed, right? When you have to be together and you can't stand being apart, that's the sign. Make sure it's nothing unhealthy about it, though. You know what I mean by that. You could pick up on what those qualities are. Those instincts come through when someone blows your mind. It's not all about the big booty and the tits and the ass and hanging down low to the flow. It's about what can you also, I mean, it's important. What will you grow old with, and what will your relationship sustain? Right? Build those memories. Build those memories. So, catching up because I saw the word booty call in the chat. Coyote says redheads are special, Rhonda. I can't get her off me. So, Coyote, there go Mother season about it. Put some light on her. So, Coyote, do you like it? Is she too much, or do you like it? And then Lola says, Eastside, what's your longest relationship? Eastside says 5 years with baby mama. And Mike Aldana says booty calls mostly. And then Lola says Eastside, okay, that's good. Coyote says dating is effing. Right? I'm old fashioned. God, y'all, when I tell you that my parents did a job on my ass when it came to like understanding life, my God, they did. I have to admit, that's what obviously attracted my husband to me, right? Because we're opposite too. He's known some things and experienced some things, and I haven't. But I know I got some book sense. You know what I'm saying? You put that together, maybe that's a good roux. That's a good gravy, right? You want to make, just try to say, But when that person can't walk or talk anymore, are you willing to still lay down with that person? Right? You love a person even if they can't walk or talk. You love that person because guess what? The prize is the gift to you is their life. And the gift to them is your life, right? And that's what you got. You see those old people in the rocking chair? Holding hands, knitting, reading a book, smoking a cigar. Their marriage sustains because the memories they have. So Lola Eastside says, Lola, Cowboys, you ever had a side piece? I gotta read because my curiosity. Michael there says a courtship relationship is a dying art form where we're at nowadays. I ain't lying. I just really have to admit I'm so glad I'm married today. Because he's got that old fashioned thing. I got the old fashioned thing. It just gels so perfectly. So my mind, I know you all can tell that when I do my lives, I know you can tell. I know it comes out. I know it's something about me that's vintage. You know what I'm saying? I do believe it in my heart. I mean, I'm still alive. It's been working for me. You know what I'm saying? And Lola says, nope, nope, she's never had a side piece. Eastside said you can have great memories taking a trip to Houston. And then Eastside says, Lola, what's your longest relationship? And then Eastside goes, and then, hey, I've had people that say, Rhonda, I'll listen to you while I'm traveling. I'm not kidding you. They say, Rhonda, I'm listening to you while I'm traveling. You got the best shit ever to listen to. He's a truck driver. He travels around this country, and he's tuned into me. He's like, I got it playing through my radio. He got a cell phone. He does this thing. He turns it up and he's listening to me. He said, girl, sometime when you say something, when I got the steering wheel, he said, I almost lose control. What, just laughing. I go, I didn't ever know I was entertaining. My husband said for years I am. I never try to be. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you try. You just not trying to be entertaining. It's just a personality I have, I guess. It's not gone to my head, trust me. But it's fun, right? It's truly fun. And it's what inspires you is the people that are around you, like Eastside Harold and Lola and Michael Dana and William Williams and Lola. She does say Lola. She does say Lola Coyote. Every time I see the name, that's what reminds me. Coyote. And then Lola goes, East Side, the one I'm in now. And then Coyote goes, so she is a whole lot of fun, but with that comes every emotion cranked to 10. Oh, I know people talk about there's this pill out there that gets men to go boing. I've never been big on that because I think, me, I'm a health nut too sometimes. I'm like, doesn't that affect your heart? Aren't you gonna have a heart attack? You know what I'm saying? Viagra? Is that what it is? Has that changed? Is there new pills out there? I mean, you know, I'm concerned about damn, someone's like gonna die, while I'm having a Meg Ryan moment. No, I can't deal with that one. But it's interesting out there. Eastside Harold goes, Lola Cowboys, don't miss out on your blessings. So, congratulations, Lola. I don't know, Lola, if you got like a prize from me. Because I talked about it yesterday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, baby. When all things go to shit, dance is the answer. Let's go party. I've been working on some new choreography because I've been doing this and I've been doing, and then I'm like hand under the elbow. Let's go party. What prize? So, East Side, Eastside Lola says she respectfully passed. And then Eastside goes, what prize? And Mike Aldana says, enjoy what you have right now. Mm-hmm. Enjoy. I do. I was sharing people like, my grandson was in the hospital. Okay. And, you go through life, right? And you go, wow, I never thought that I'd experienced something like that. Even though when you see it happening to others, you're like empathetic. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I thought that was going to take me out. Then what happened is that I had something greater to live for. My daughter, right? She's grieving. You can grieve for someone who hasn't earned their angel wings yet. You can grieve. So I got to be there for her. So I had to put my big panties on. I had to snatch them suckers up to here, splash some cold water on my face, and get my shit together and be strong for her. Right? And then even that time when I suppressed my feelings because I'm surviving for her, then my grieving came later. I feel I'm okay now, because she has my grandson in my life. You see what I'm saying? Where am I going with this? So what it means is that sometimes Eastside Harold, when someone doesn't want that, then maybe you can come at them at a different angle, right? You can go like, we can be, I don't know if we could say friends, but we could start with plan A on how to have a cordial conversation that's not necessarily all about hooking up with someone. When I met hubby, I was very aggressive in politics. He never ran. You know what I'm saying? Because I stood strong. He was like, damn, homeboy got some staying power. You know what I'm saying? He has some staying power. I could have chased him away. I really, to be honest, he wasn't concerned about chasing him away. I was like, wasn't really into him. You know what I'm saying? Then I had a best friend of mine that I worked with. She was like, ew. I go, what? She's my work buddy. She goes, ew. What? Why are you saying ew? And she goes, Rhonda, when you talk to him on the phone, you're giggling. You're even giggling at his nasty jokes. I go, get the hell out of here. I ain't doing that. I was like, God dang it. Am I falling for him? Hell no. Because when you're celibate for 20 years, when you're celibate, when you're abstinent, when you're abstaining from sex, to me, my mind was clear. And I have made my mind, I can live by myself. I'm happy with this. I got a nice car. I got a great career. I'm making money. I'm already happy. I wasn't needy. I didn't need a man to rescue it with me, even though realistically, I would have felt lonely sometimes. You know? But found out that there were some things he'd say. I hung up the phone. I didn't want to talk to him for like 3 days. Then I was like, because he pissed me off. You understand? We got on the phone. We start talking. It's like, He didn't even like call me back. Even though I hung up on him, I'm talking about back in the day when we're talking, I hung up on him. He didn't call me back. I'm like, so give me some space, right, to think. I said, So I called him, right? I go, hey, and you know what he does? He goes, hey, like nothing happened. So, well, that's an attractive quality. He didn't get bitter, emotional. He didn't throw up in my face. I hung up on him. He didn't really give a damn. He's a very secure man, right? If he wants something, if he really wants something, it's kind of like that saying is that you really don't have to work that hard. I'm not talking about you and Lola. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about being a friend. And I'm just giving an example like how I was abstinent for so many years. Now, I ain't gonna sit there and say, hey, y'all can like abstain from sex for 20 years. You understand? I ain't saying everybody can do what I did. But I got my power from that, along with some AA batteries. Hershey's with almonds, Monchel's chips. Ended up gaining a lot of weight too. Yeah, I had an emergency backup pack. Yeah, wasn't easy. But I just didn't believe telling anyone that I loved them when I didn't. It was like that when I was in high school, junior high. I saw girls around me telling all these boys they in love and they date and all this kind of shit. I was like, that's so pathetic. Especially the girl swinging upside down on the monkey bars. What the hell, girl? I was like a mature little girl. I was like, your ass upside down, your panties look dirty, and you upside. Okay, I know that's some things that came up when I was a kid, but there's always a plan B. There's always a plan B. Yeah, but you'd be surprised that there could always be somebody out there. And I'm not saying you're looking for somebody. I'm not saying that because I wasn't. But when the opportunity came, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna jump on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. There's something that just pops out. So pause. So find some common ground with people you're interested in. Yeah, we can talk about it another time. That's what Eastside said. And sometimes probably she doesn't want to. You know, just depends. And then Lola laughs. Mike Aldana's laughing, and then there's always a plan B. You got to always have a backup emergency pack. I'm not kidding you. Mine was back in a VHS Eddie Murphy Coming to America. I'm not kidding you. I had really a backup box, a pack of fresh batteries, always. I had Hershey's with almond, cream soda, and a bag of Muncho chips. I had it in a box. I had put it up on the shelf. So if there was a time I was grieving, right, recovering from a really bad relationship or something hits me, right, something on the back burner, exactly, coyote. So Michael Dad said there's always a plan B. And then Coyote says, Lenny Kravitz, celibate, supposedly for 9 years. Can't do it, but I'm faithful 11 years. My next longest 2 years, and nothing more than 6 months in my 20s. My next longest was 2 years and nothing more than 6 months in my 20s. And y'all, I don't get all religious and biblical, and I don't feel I'm a religious person. I know I'm not, because I don't like things that just hold people within us. the square box, right? But I can admit that when I abstained, I'm more spiritual than religious. I felt it was a cleansing. You know what I mean? I could see clearly now the rain is gone. I did. I started finding my strength in something else, right? That's probably why I had 2, 3 jobs, because I was trying to work out some, you know what I'm saying? Because we're human, those hormones kick in and we're human. That's why I had those jobs. So what I did, I dedicated myself to people with Alzheimer's and dementia. And trust me, that kept me busy. It would dry your ass up. But so I was making money. I was helping people. You understand? And it just kept me busy. I was very, very busy. Um, so Eastside Herald says, Mike Aldana, facts. And then Coyote says, relationship wise. And Coyote says something on the back burner. And then Eastside says, Mike Aldana, I thought you was talking about the pill. And Mike says, everybody grieves in their own way after a nasty breakup. Yeah. I was telling you, I'm over it, of course. But it was like, I always say, well, that mother had a infidelity disease. Yeah, homegirl had a name to it. And I just abstained. I was like, I'm not the kind, and I ain't judging others who can do it. Hey, standing ovation. But I just couldn't be laying in the bed with somebody and go. And probably if I could, just lay in the bed and just go my other way, it would end up building a monster in me that I didn't want for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying how I think is right or how I think everybody should do it, or I'm trying to, try to give people advice. No, I'm not. I'm just saying that it gave me power where my head was clear. I wasn't thinking about penis all the time. You know what I mean? I wasn't. Maybe sometimes, but not all the time. Not all the time. And I just started like using that time to really channel, to really channel some healing and working on my ass. Hey, relationship failed back then, right? Or whatever. Okay, I ain't gonna blame anybody else, even though he had an infidelity disease. But at the same time, I had to go, I need to work on self. Shine that diamond. Keep that diamond shiny. I had to not just want to jump into the man on the white horse and ride away and think he's going to save my shit. That's the mentality as women too. We need to get rid of that and just really abstain, and then enjoy the fact that you can have a life by abstaining. You have a great life by indulging in some other things that has potential that possibly you've been neglecting, like college courses, like going to technical school, maybe writing a book, maybe cooking, maybe building new friendships, maybe doing some volunteer work. So there's some potential that I could tap into. And that's what happened when I abstained from sex. I was able to really see, I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. Those lyrics has some deep meaning. It's all about going, I ain't gonna live forever. So how am I gonna live the rest of my life getting some value. Well, one thing I had to like stay away from movies that weren't doing shit for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about what other people, I have some guilty pleasures out there I watch on TV. I love my soaps. But I'm just saying for real, if there's some things you're watching that are some bad triggers, don't watch anymore. Don't let anything to encourage you to cheat. Don't let anything that encourages you to fuck some people up. Don't let anybody just encourage you to chew that gum and cuss them out and force you into a lifestyle that isn't you. You know what I'm saying? So East Harold says, Mike Aldana, I thought you were talking about the pill. Mike Aldana says everybody grieves in their own way after a nasty breakup. Lola Cowboys goes shaking my head. And then Coyote says penis. And then Mike Aldana says, back then I would usually go out with the boys, clubs or whatever, when things went south with a significant other. Back then, Coyote says, back then, I would usually go out with the boys, clubs or whatever, when things went south with a significant other. You tap into the potential, right? Don't shut the door on it. You see something? All right, it could help. You know what I mean? Probably at that immediate moment, it ain't everything you want, but it could help you take a step forward. It can help you like climb to that place that where that vision is, you know, to actually climb and get to that vision that you have blinded yourself for so long. Sometimes abstaining is um, to me it's powerful, it's spiritual, where if you're abstaining that it opens up the doors for something so much better that you ever thought about. I'm not trying to get, I always try to say this, I'm not trying to get over religious on you. I don't like it, but I could say just from my experience that when I abstained, I end up getting more blessings. And I'm just saying from a spiritual standpoint, I did. That I wasn't getting emotionally drained and caught up in something else that wasn't healthy for me, expectations and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then Mike Aldana said, blow off steam. Yeah, I mean, what you got? Blow off that steam so you wind up doing something you regret later, you know what I'm saying? And then Coyote says, bar is the first place I went and did. But what happened anyway? In my wild days, my wildest day, y'all want to hear it? You want to hear it? Here it goes. I can't remember when I had a wildest day, actually. Oh, well, we're not going to talk about that. But I knew drinking wasn't the answer for me because I know the kind of person I am. If I ever start drinking, I would just become addicted. So it's like, don't start something you can't stop on. And I just chose not to, you know, because I worked with and helping a lot of people recovering, right? So I like, if I get caught up in that, who's going to be able to help them? You know, that's the kind of what thinking I had. You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be the designated driver? Someone's got to be. So I was always at one, probably because I was a kid, you know, I had so much responsibility. But yeah, I mean, that's just, things are so strange. And again, I could be like spitting out some stuff that's so far fetched that ain't nobody saying, Rhonda, that is so lame. Rhonda, we don't do that today. Rhonda, what? I think there are some things never get old. You know what I'm saying? Some things just never get old. But somehow, I guess living under a rock sometimes and me abstaining and me just working so much, that it prepared me for what was so great. You know, I'm lucky to be alive or in jail. I'm telling you, I'm lucky to be alive or in jail. I'm telling you, it's easy, especially today, to go to jail is easy. Even you could be innocent and people go to jail. It's like, damn. You know, you always got to have a witness around you, man. Like, keep your cell phone on all the time. Keep your cameras on. Leave a paper trail. Have a witness around just in case someone misidentify you. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine living your whole life and being locked up for the rest of your life for something you didn't do? I always talked about that. Like last night, I was saying people over sentencing, over prosecuting. Najalisa said, my best friend went to jail when she attempted a self-jury, self-injury. Is that what you mean? She went to jail when she attempted a self-injury. So I'm confused. You can go to jail for trying to injure yourself? Huh. I'm sorry. That just helps. That hurts my brain. I could understand, getting some help, right? Some counseling and guidance and getting some mental help. But you go to jail for trying to kill yourself? That's weird. I'm sorry to hear about that, sweetheart. You want to share how your best friend's doing now? No, you can't. You can't, but they did arrest her when we were in high school. Good God. Talking about pushing people off the cliff. That's crazy. I think there's really some effed up stuff going out there for which, like Najalista, younger people seeing and experiencing a lot of things that they just can't cope with, because I'm not saying that I cope with that because I'm older, because it's hard for me to rationalize that, and it's no rationalization. It's crazy. And I'm trying to read this again. You can't, but they did arrest her when we were in high school. She is still alive and she is in Chicago. Man, spot baffles me. Even when they sit there and arrest a 9-year-old child, a 6-year-old, a 9-year-old child, kills me, kills my heart. Najalisa said she is still alive. Okay, and then Coyote says should have went into an asylum. Yes, a mental health institution to get some help, not to make it worse and lock her up. I mean, how many times are they going to lock up people that have mental health problems? Or, oh my God, girl, she was 15? Jail is not the place for that. And Eastside says pandemic messed up those kids that didn't go to school for a few years. I didn't think about that too, Eastside. I'm sure. That's interesting, right? Because a lot of times if the kids are forced to stay home because of the pandemic, depends what kind of household they have. Also, what kind of parenting too. Sometimes I kind of just put it on the parents too. And then Coyote says, my childhood friend in jail for life sentence, I think 19 more years. And then Coyote says, 10. Sorry, I'm typing too fast. It's okay. Najalista said, what did your childhood friend do? Okay, so 10. So Calio, you said you set 10 years. Sorry, I'm typing too fast. It's okay. And then Mike says, law. It's okay, Calio. Law enforcement are usually the wrong people to intervene in situations like that, self harm or whatever. Yeah, wrong people. And then I remember being in a time where they've cut back on so much social programs, and you have a lot of zombies out there, right? Just walking zombies. It's people that need help, and they're just ignored. I mean, I was looking at this video with Philadelphia. There's a street in Philadelphia where they call it something like it's a place full of zombies, like people on drugs and stuff, and it's just terrible. I mean, it's just terrible. It's just really terrible, terrible. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just terrible. That's all I could say. It's just, I just remember being in that line of work where I felt that, I had some control, by helping people, by helping people, and it felt good, that I felt like I was contributing something because it was just it blows your freaking mind, and then you find out that there are people who are doing things locally that's really not the law. I mean, when it comes to what's really the law. So you have people who are taking control and making up their own shit because it's a small town. You know what I'm saying? They do a whole lot of stuff that really, they go, oh, well, I don't want big government. I'm not saying all big government's good. I'm not talking about party. But I am saying there are places that are really doing a lot of stuff in their town that's crazy. That's unlawful. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear about that, Najalista. I'm so sorry to hear about that too, Coyote, about your childhood friend in jail for a life sentence. Good Lord. It's just, all it takes is this one little mistake, and then your whole life comes crashing down, right? Like your life can come crashing down. So, oh Lord, it's a whole bunch of stuff out there. Sad, sad, but always, tell people, what can you do? Tell them what I do. I have a friend that's in jail for life. Oh, Lord. We pause for those in jail for life. We give them pause, right? I mean, I can't imagine, don't want to imagine really, but it's tough. Naja Lisa said, I'm black and my best friends forever is black. So it makes me think if the cops would have handled it differently if she was white. And Lola said, over the three strike law, easy. Yeah. Thank you, Bill Clinton. Isn't he the one that passed that three strikes? And then Lola says, and then Najalista. I mean, we do have to deal with the realistic part, right? That is a problem. One thing is to face the truth and acknowledge it, and it is a problem. We're not just saying, oh, one example, one case, right? Oh, that's a different case. But I'm talking about majority of the cases, that is a problem. It's to acknowledge that it's a problem, right? It is. So we've been trying to teach our young generation, how to handle things, and it's still hard. I think it's even harder on the younger generation today because we have a confrontational society, not because that's necessarily bad sometimes, you know. And then, oh, I didn't know that was on Clinton. I'm really trying to think. I'm not sure. I gotta make sure that I'm being factual. Sometimes I'll say something and I don't want to be inaccurate. But let me look up who started the three strikes. I think he apologized for that too. I put in which president? I'm putting a Bing search. Which president started the three strikes? So it has 1994, Bill Clinton, three strikes and you're out. It's a 1994 crime bill, and then there's a fact check. It says Bill Clinton overstated the effect of the crime bill he signed in 1994 when he said, because of that bill, we had a 25-year low in crime, a 30 low in murder rate. Independent analysis have found that the bill had a modest effect on crime rates. This is dated 2016. Said it was the most violent crime control law enforcement. And I believe what I'm thinking is that he had apologized for ever doing that. You know, going that far. My light is out. I'm going to put my light back on. I understand too that times changed. You know what I'm saying? What works now won't work later. You know, too. And Coyote says, my friend was murdered. Never could believe he would do something like that. Right? So we have to be gentle with the mind. We have to respect the mind. Because things can happen to anybody. If you ain't living a healthy lifestyle, anybody could snap. You're in the wrong place, you know. I know y'all saying, what the heck are you doing, Rhonda? I don't know, Coyote, if it's still in effect. I got to, I'm trying to recharge my devices because my light went out. That's what I'm doing. Oh, there's our baby. Hey, Mother. Hello, baby. Hello. She doesn't lick me or kiss me in the face. She just smells. That's what cats do. At least mine. I'm trying to charge. I'm trying to charge, make sure my light is charged. Coyote said he was changed as an adult. Yeah, that 3 strikes. It's no joke. It's hurt a lot of people. Sorry, I'm not trying to neglect y'all, but I'm just trying to make sure that I'm consistent keeping my devices charged. Oh, okay. I see what happened here. Oh, okay. I'm okay. All right, so this is what's happening. I have this charger, and I'm just trying to. I sometimes know if I'm live. I do have to stop what I'm doing and make sure that things get plugged in. And things are consistent. Because that's how it works. You know, you got to keep things charged up. Okay, so I got that charging. This is my light. I love these little lights. They're a good investment. So Martha says hello. Michael Dana says yes. She's enjoying the live stream. She's my night buddy. She stays up with me. This sweet little baby. Hello, sweetness. Oh, she's my baby. She's my honey. I'm trying to fix so y'all can see that sweet cat. Hello. Hello. Okay, so me see. I'm missing a chat, so we gotta keep the light on the sweet kitty. Um, Lola says that my friend didn't murder nobody. It was a strike. Damn, I hate that law. And then he was 17. Coyote says, is that law still effective? Coyote says he was charged as an adult. Coyote says, yeah. And then Baton Rouge. Ooh, yeah. Louisiana. Martha is enjoying the live stream. Yes, she is. And Martha, like in Godzilla, yes, the character in Godzilla. You know the meaning of Mothra. You know, Mothra is the moth. Um, it's very spiritual and for all, peace and love and all that kind of things. Where are you going, sweetness? Where are you going, sweetness? Let me push you back. So look like I always have to make way for her when she walks. Make it friendly. I'm trying to reorganize things because Mothra is up. Okay, Mothra, come here. Hello, baby. Trying to fix my table around. You know me, I got to get things all in order for the Queen Mothra since she's up. I got to fix it where she can get around. I got to move things around. Okay. I do have to stop what I'm doing when she gets up and just move things around because it's like she'll stand there and look at something in the way and she'll stare at it and go. And what she's trying to say is like, hello. It's in my way. So I gotta fix it. Okay, she's right. Can y'all see her? There she is. Peekaboo. So I gotta make sure everything looks copacetic since I'm live. Okay, so Lola says, Coyote, I thought there was a law that went through kids charged as an adult to get a second review of the case. Can y'all see her? And Najalisa said, but arresting someone who attempted self-injury and suicide is going to make them do it more. Exactly. And Coyote says it happened at 17, but his trial sentence was when he was 18. Lost his whole life. Yeah. It is sad. And you have people who, that will wait their whole life for a retrial. There's an Innocence Project, too, that's been taking on a lot of cases. Innocence Project is like overwhelmed because there's so many out there. Trying to see if I can read. Hi. It's like, what are you doing today? Trying to get where y'all can see her. Yeah, I know y'all like watching her, so I try to put her in a space where you can see her. You can see that sweet baby cat. This sweet cat. Yeah, it is sad. I mean, the whole system is really effed up. I know that people don't see voting as resolves the problem, but sometimes when you do something today, that it can help somebody tomorrow. If you do something today, you'll be surprised one day. You might have a grandchild that gets in trouble. I can say that what my grandparents did in partaking in voting has helped me today. You know what I'm saying? It's helped me. So by voting too, it keeps us from neglecting, our young babies. People are not thinking that, hey, when you neglect and you still don't do anything today, then the baby's got to pay the price of your neglect. You know what I'm saying? Because why is it like that? Because laws takes forever. It takes forever to F laws up, and it takes forever to put them in place, to put good ones in place. Just turning my thing around so you can see Mothra. Um, he was put up. He does the time. He's doing the time, but in reality, his family is also doing the time. Yeah. And Coyote says he was put up on some website for appeal a few years ago, and he's still in jail. That's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. And just basically just feeling so powerless, right? You can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hello. Are you saying hello to everybody? Are you teasing people? Are you teasing people? So I try to get her where you can see her, y'all. If she doesn't try to move. Hi. Y'all see her now? She's like, what are you doing to me? Stop it. Let me go. Notice it's Coyote. He's not eligible for parole. I'm just really intrigued with y'all's conversation. It's just sad. With what Najalista's friend, what she been through with that, and just seeing so much unfairness. And I always say, hey, thank God for the young folks, because the young folks are out there, helping, fight a lot of things that they disagree with. And y'all be careful too, young folks, but at the same time, we need you, and we appreciate it. And we understand things seem so unexplained, right? Just seems so unexplained. It's like there's no logic to it. We have high school people, kids in high school smarter than, people who have been elected in office. I'm not talking about party. I'm just saying it's the truth. Well, who was that recently we saw in the news where there's this guy? He's some kind of high ranked military official. And he's like been caught bribing, bribing. And it's just, yeah, you know better. But then you feel, well, the law doesn't apply to you. No, big people go down. It doesn't matter about your title, especially when you piss somebody off. They're like, we're going to throw your ass under the bus because we got a secret on you. You know what I'm saying? Hello, baby. This mother. Hello, baby. Yes. Hello. So, yeah, she stays up with me all night when I'm working. She's right here. So Coyote says, I think it was parole, not appeal. He didn't get out. I haven't seen him since kids. His mom and dad split, so he would move here in Baton Rouge for a year at a time. Every time he went there, he got more wild. I was surprised to hear, like, I had a best friend I went to school with, okay? When we talk about people who went to school with her, because it hits her heart, right? That's when, our brains are still developing, and emotions are higher, right? And I liked her, her mom, right? Very close. She's a very beautiful mom. She reminded me of Walona on Good Times. Walona, is that her name? And found out, um, that she was stabbed and killed by a young man I used to ride the bus with that seemed to have had the most sweetest, kindest personality. Found out he stabbed her. And I'm like, what the hell is he doing around her? Then I find out later that she was buying drugs from him and he became a drug addict. So there was that circle, right? That circle of, that opens the doors to something like that possibly happening. She got stabbed and killed And I think back when we went to school, I was in high school. I'm like, whoa. Trying to see if I could move this closer. Um, Now I can see a little bit more of my house. You can see I have the twin like there and there. The pipe shelving. I love the pipe shelving. I was kind of moving it around so y'all can see Martha. And it's really hard to really, like you were saying, like I suspect he must have gotten in trouble in jail. And it's so hard, to really get the story, like what really happened. You know what I'm saying? Because either, the guards are lying or, some people are not being straight up honest. I mean, most of the time it's like, okay, a lot of people in jail don't want to share their experience in jail, because they're not good experiences whatsoever. Men get violated and they don't want to tell anybody. They don't want to tell anybody what they're really going through. Do I have permission to comb your hair? Do I have permission? Okay. Sometimes she gives me permission. I have to ask. He was really a wild man and would fight anyone. Sometimes, it seems to be also like a diagnosis for everything. When I say diagnosis, it's like once people get a diagnosis, you go, oh, bipolar. You know what I'm saying? Oh, maybe schizophrenia. Oh, maybe the mother or father, were alcoholics and he inherited alcoholic gene. You know what I'm saying? Once they get diagnosed, then they could get help. And then it's like a fine line because it's like, well, you have patients' rights and you have people that have patients' rights and then they don't want to get the help, because they're like, I don't want to get the help. And then where are you stuck at? You're a best friend, you're a family member, you're somebody um, who really knows someone you love needs help, and because they have patients' rights, then they don't get the help. So they just end up being wandering. So, and you're like, It's like when you grow up, you become mature, you go, well, thank God that I'm okay. The majority of the people I went to school with, and again, I had a very small graduating class. I had a graduating class of 30, 32, 34 people. Small class, country school, with the smallest graduating class ever graduated in the history of the school. And do you know most of the people I went to school with died of AIDS, died of drug overdose, or in jail? There's a few of them that got their life straight. Not enough, though. Can I get under your neck? Can I get under your neck? Can I get right there? Can I get under your neck? Oh, Jeff Lee said hi to Mothra. Say hi. Hello. Giving her a comb, combing her hair. Sometimes she'll turn over for me to get some of her belly. She doesn't like the whole belly sometimes. It just depends. But sometimes I just ask for permission. I have to admit, boy, this is her year of shedding a lot. She's shedding a lot of hair. So that's normal because guess what? It's June. So Coyote says dead, jail, or moved far away. Hmm. Yeah, I had known a guy I went to school with. He was like a very smart, intelligent man. I mean, intelligent. Both of his brothers are very good looking. They kind of remind me of the Jackson Five. And then I found out years later he OD'd, that he was on crack. I thought he was going to be a rocket scientist. He was so smart. Jeff, Lisa, I had to use the restroom and forgot to say hi, Matra. No pun intended. Oh, he's saying hi, Matra. Do you see Jeff? Look over here. Look over here. See, you say hi. Say hi. She's used to being on cam. I don't know if she understands if it's a cam or not, but she's used to being up with me at night. It's therapeutic too for people who are have anxiety and stuff. And Cam Kitty meow. Yes, Cam Kitty. Cam Kitty. Let's see if we can see her on here. Try to arrange the camera. Mez's hot sauce. Can you see her? So I comb her because she lets me comb her when she lays in front of me. And that's her way of telling me, please comb me. Because I can't get rid of all this hair myself. I need help. And then Coyote says, I saw that, Mike. He had till 6 that day to turn himself in. Oh, let me see what I missed. There was a guy who recently showed up for the court hearing on Zoom because he was driving on a suspended license, and he was found guilty because he was driving to the doctor's office on the Zoom call. You don't have to read things twice, right? There was a guy recently who showed up for a court hearing on Zoom, okay, because he was driving on a suspended license. Okay. And he was found guilty because he was driving to the doctor's office while on the Zoom. You know, I was telling you a long time ago when I worked for the DA's office, I remember that there were a lot of cases that were completed by police officers that were thrown out. The DA was like, this is trash, this is trash, this is trash, this is trash, this is trash. You know, police officers are not attorneys. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Lee, Najalisa said, your cat is so adorable. Thank you. She wants to lean. She wants to probably turn over. Because she's like, oh, this feels so good. Oh, oh, oh. Get it there. Get it there. Yes, it feels so good. Yes. Oh, that feels so good. Jeff Lee said, yeah, I seen that. And Derek Reacts has his live stream tonight and showed it. And then Coyote says, the judge was on Zoom call with him while driving. The judge scratched his head and said to turn himself in. I'm still trying to understand this. It's like hard to process this. There was a guy recently who showed up for a court hearing on Zoom, okay, because he was driving on a suspended license, and he was found guilty because he was driving to the doctor's office while on the Zoom call. I guess I don't have to overthink it. Oh, Lord. Hi. Hello. Hello, sweetie. Yes. Her tail is swinging a lot, so I don't know if she's kind of like, okay, I think you're done now. I think you're done now. I'm trying to fix the camera so y'all can see her. Okay, so it says, night night, Mothra. Go, kitty, go. Meow to the catnip. Good night, Jeffrey, and sweet dreams. Sweet dreams to Jeff Lee. Sweet dreams. Thank you for popping in. And Michael Dan said the guy drove when he knew he shouldn't been, I know, behind the wheel. Right? You drive to the doctor's office? Mm. I would like to be a fly on the wall to see his results on that drug test. Like, what'd you take? Trying to fix it. So when he was on, when he was on the Zoom call for his court hearing. Shoot. I was watching these videos where the videos was showing, when COVID first hit, so people started working more from home, and all these mistakes people were making while they were live. My back, and how they were like halfway dressed, and it was just hilarious. I know I'm a content creator, but also I like surfing, and laughing and watching some crazy things that go down. I know I need to comb her tail because that's a lot of hair on her tail. She knows what I'm doing is helping her. So Jeff Lee says, people are crazy and not very bright. I swear. And Mike says, yeah, Mothra's getting pampered. I'm not surprised she didn't roll over on her side where I can get under her belly. There she goes. There she goes. Sometimes she likes it on her belly. Sometimes she don't. But she also knows I'm trying to help her because she can't lick all that cat hair herself. You know what I'm saying? Because fur balls, she'll get choked. See her foot? She's like, not too much, you're tickling me. Not too much, you're tickling me. I think she wants to play. Okay, honey, are you done with the stomach? Some cats don't like it on their belly either. Well, she's shedding a lot, and it makes sense why she's shedding because it is June. By the way, June 2nd, isn't it? June 2nd. So I keep these napkins, and then I gather a lot of cat hair. I gather the cat hair in the napkin, and I just fold it up, and I put it in the trash. Cat hair everywhere, right? You just try to. So she licks it, but she'll be aggressive. Exactly. It's like, I like it, but okay, I'm going to play. I'm going to put my nails out, but I don't like it. Okay, stop. That kind of thing. Martha is a big kitty cat. Yes, she's big. She likes it. Okay, she likes it, but she will be aggressive. Yeah, she likes it. She's aggressive because she's tearing up my hand. I'm like, ow, 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 ow. Do you want me to comb you some more? You want to be combed some more? You want to be combed on your belly? Probably saying, okay, you're overstimulating me. She's a big cat. And make another fur baby meow. You gonna say meow? Look at her. She's a thick thing too, ain't she? She thick. She's the only cat that we let out to walk free at night. She's the queen of them all. And when you have cats, you have to let them know. You have to let the others know who's boss, right? So we make sure she knows. Jeff Lee said, "Baby cop back." Yes, she do. She thick. She thick girl. She's a thick girl. And so you have to let them know who's boss, right? So we make sure that all the other cats knows that she's the queen. And so, but anyway, the other cats are back there asleep. They have their sleeping quarters. That's where they go when they sleep at night. Chadwick is over here. We put him in a cage, and the cage is a place where he loves sleeping. It's not like confining him, and he doesn't see it as punishment. Because during the day, we leave the cage open where all the cats love sleeping in the cage. So we make it resemble what's friendly. You know, we make them, this is their love place. So when he was a baby, we trained him where that's where he would go to sleep. And we have, if you see over here, right there, I have two cages attached. So this cage is attached with the door open where he can go and use the pellet litter right there. And this is sleeping quarters on this side. And he's right here. He's asleep. So everybody has their place. So Martha is like what you would call like our must be better than catnip, right? Because she's loving on it. She's loving on it. And she's our what you would call a watch cat because she will let you know if something is strange, someone's at the door, even though we have rings still. You know, they have senses before the ring will go off, right? So she like right now, if you saw her look, she looked this way. It's because she heard Andre. You know, so they're really good about giving you signals. You know, like something seems strange outside, someone looking. You know, just very interesting, just to watch them and just take their value. But yeah, she's a healthy cat. She has her shots, her vaccines, and I get quiet when I talk because I know this is sensitive areas. But she's the only cat that I know we have that likes their ears being messed with. Can we do under your neck? Do under your neck. So I don't move too aggressive with her. You know, it's like, I mean, you don't move aggressive with any cat, but I always let her know and let her smell the comb. Let her feel, okay, is it okay? And she wants to bite it and play with it. So it's her way of giving me approval. Okay, you can have it. He's a beauty. To someone, she found us when we were sitting on the porch, and she would always be out there. We ended up just homing her, and we ended up homing her when she had babies. So she was a wild cat and a feral cat, and we made sure she got her shots. The queen wants all your attention. Yes, she does, honey. And she's the only one that has the tips of her ears that are cold. So she's the only one that likes your fingers. And I just like reading cats. Those things you could read about them. Want me to comb your chin? Want me to comb your chin? You want me to comb it? When we would take her to the vet, the whole vet would have all those dogs around her. I mean, just yipping and a yapping, right? I mean, just turmoil in the vet, right? We take her to go get her shots every year, and she's the only cat that'll be. Andre would take her, and she'll be the only cat in the cage, where she's just quiet and the noise just doesn't bother her. She's a very just calm cat, very calm, very calm, sweetheart. You want to be still calm, you? Probably she doesn't want to be still calmed. Ow, ow. Like you said, they get aggressive. And they don't mean to, like, scratch you or anything. They don't. It's just, I'm not going to ever have her declawed either. I just don't believe in that. That's a part of her lifeline to me. I'm like, Martha, you need to turn around so I can comb your butt. She's a very mild-mannered cat, and she sleeps at the foot of our bed. Not near our head, but she sleeps, and she has this amazing clock where she knows when we get up, when it's time to be put to bed. She'll let Andre know when to put the other cats to bed. It's always between 9:30 and 9:45. These darn dogs got nothing on me. Oh, these damn dogs have got nothing on me. You said the dogs don't have nothing on you. I always get her hair. We keep these extra napkins that, we collect. I know it seems weird, but when we go out, we always collect napkins, right? When they bag your napkins and stuff, and so we keep them together so we don't waste money on paper towels, because paper towels can be expensive. And so to get rid of the hair, we just use a tissue and just wrap the cat hair. So she's encouraged to clean herself. She's got a lot of hair because it's June. And she lays there in front of me too because she's like, help me get rid of this hair on my body. I can't lick all this hair up. So she feels good when if I'm not too hard on her hair. Plus, it keeps the house from, all the cat hair. Because I don't know if y'all seen in the background, sometimes I'll have like this red vacuum cleaner. It's like long, skinny, and it gets up cat hair. It's really awesome. So it's lightweight, and you just use it any time of the day. It just keeps it under control. Our house stays clean. And we could all live harmoniously together. So she hasn't let me clean this side of her body. You see, I'm on this side. I drive a lot. I collect a lot of napkins and plastic, but my buddy Andre's sleeping like a baby. Yes, he is. He's sleeping like a baby. It's like I'm going to go to bed in a minute too, and then so we'll cuddle. Sometimes he'll be in there waiting for me, and we'll cuddle, and we'll watch probably a replay of a movie I played, and then oh yeah. So Coyote, you're saying you collect a lot of napkins? Yeah, I don't throw them away. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not trying to be like really cheap. I'm not, but there's cat hair on the comb, right? So why throw them away? We get them. I just use them for certain things. If I'm wiping up stuff, clean the comb off, wrap the hair up in like a tissue, and just throw it in the trash. So when he's taking the trash out, it's already wrapped up. It's not like you're just putting loose cat hair in there and it just puff, poof, and goes everywhere. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. A lot of times when I use combs and stuff, I just lay it around her so she can know it's hers. It's her comb. And good night, Jeff Lee. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Um, Hi. And she's, like I said, she's a very mild-mannered cat. She's so very, very disciplined. She'll sleep at the foot of our bed. Um, and and she'll go to sleep. On her back, she'll curl up and her legs are up, and she's so good to have when you don't have a dog, right? I mean, she'll let you know if something's weird, like some weird sounds. They will be the first to alert you, because when they look, then guess what? Pay attention. When cats look somewhere, they're letting you know something ain't right, you know. And so they're so easy to take care of. Um, and they're clean because we keep the place clean for them. Plastic bags for my trash so I won't have to go. And then Walmart every 2 weeks. Exactly. I love the grocery bags because I use them like right now. Show you something. Cat Cats are spiritual. Yes, they do. For example, I have this trash here. And I have in the bottom the Walmart trash bags, and I use them. I tie it in a knot, and I throw it in the trash. And then I use the other bag, feel like a DIY, huh. And I refill it with these because I do believe in recycling what I have. You know what I'm saying? And I forget because I use this all the time if I'm changing the grandbaby's diapers, and it serves as a trash bag because it saves money too. And I use it for collecting trash, and here we got is my collected trash. To me, it's also saving a lot of money, when you can recycle. So Mother's standing up. She's sitting up, actually. She's not standing. She's sitting up. Oh, y'all see Chadwick in the background? I don't know if y'all can see my finger go. See Chadwick? See his little head? He's quiet. He's like, because usually if he wants something, he'll go, meow. He'll do like a call, but he knows it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and it's not time for you to get up. So he'll turn around and go back to sleep because he hears me talking. He hears me talking. But we don't let him run around loose at night. See him right here? We don't let him run around loose at night because guess what? Uh, cats will chew cords. You gotta watch them like children. They will chew your plants up, and they'll probably get a hold onto some plants that are poison. Have allergy reactions. They will hurt themselves. You know what I'm saying? So we put them in a safe place, and when Andre gets up early in the morning, he lets them out. And they have water and everything. So yeah, we just try to protect them. So, and then Mike Aldana says places are charging 5 to 10 cents per bag anywhere I go. You know what? When I was living up North Texas, was that in North Texas? No, as a matter of fact, that was here. And they're like, that just baffled me. They're like, yeah, we're charging for the bag. I'm like, you charge it? Oh, that was Walgreens. Walgreens. That was Walgreens pharmacy. Hello, baby. Do you see yourself on cam? She's right over here. Can I see the computer? Can I see the cam? Can I read this? Thank you. Come here. Got her. She don't like to be held too long. Probably sometimes I count to 10 to myself and I go, okay, okay. Yep, I have looks like a commercial. Yep, I have looks like a commercial napkin holder and stuff. It full of tied up grocery bags, many garbage bags. Yeah, I mean they're like the best things to reuse and recycle. I don't throw them away. Well, Mother is saying good night to everybody. I enjoyed you all. I enjoyed just chilling and just being up with you all and saying hello, especially after the movie. It's like, oh, like William Williams, he's like, I'm not ready to go to bed. Now he's like knocked out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, usually I used to like do that and I could still do that. I'll let you all know, hey, y'all want to go live? I'll go live. And, oh my God, I'm yarning. Am I catching the yarning? What do you call it? Am I yarning? Does that mean I'm a real content creator when I start yarning? Whoa. And then a lot of places were doing that because they see free flowing bags flying around. I can't stand that. Yeah, I cannot stand litter. I can't. I can't stand trash. It's like clean up, clean up after yourself. Um, put my comb over here so I can find it tomorrow. And put my calendar away. Can I have my calendar back, please? No, I want to sit on it because since it belongs to you. Yes, later. Yes, we're going to go to sleep too. Yes, good to see y'all. Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all for being here too. And then Coyote's like, yeah, I have a long day tomorrow. Yes, have a wonderful day tomorrow. And thank y'all for us together spending time and enjoying the movie. And good night to Lola. Good night, my love. Good night to everybody. Thank you for being here, especially toward the end where we're enjoying Mothra, enjoying her getting some love. Us and you all are so cool because you all understand cats too. It's pretty cool. And Najalista and Jiffy Jeff, he just went to sleep. Mike Aldana, Coyote, Lola, and Eastside Harold. Did Eastside Harold go to bed? And like I said, it helps too to decompress and get ready where you can just go to bed and be knocked out and get a lot of things off your mind. And while you're still sleeping, that you can, rest, get some heavy things. Why is this not scrolling up? Get some heavy things off your mind and just trying to see if I could scroll up. I can't. And just enjoyed you all. And again, thank you all for being here. And we'll see you, right? We'll see you. We'll see you. So.